Police department swamped after offering gas for guns buyback. They finally done it. The leftists finally done it. They finally figured out how to get people to get rid of their guns. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my merch store where I have Let's Go Brandon t-shirts, I'm a Not Comply t-shirts. Check those out. And there's also a link to my mental health coaching and consultation page. Whereas if you're suffering from mental health, I can teach you how to manage those issues. I can teach you how to cope with those issues. All right, let's talk about this news. A California police department may have found a silver lining in soaring gas prices. The Sacramento Police Department held a gun buyback program, but instead of offering cash for firearms, it handed out $50 gas cards. The response was so overwhelming that the department ran out of gift cards in just 45 minutes into what was supposed to be a 5-hour event. And that just goes to show how high gas is right now. You got Biden and his policies, and then if you live in a state like California that has some of the worst gas taxes and everything else that's going on there, it's hard to fill up your gas tank. But quote, as a department, we will continue to use innovative ideas to increase the safety of our community, said Sacramento Police Chief Kathy Lester. Quote, I truly believe violent crime prevention is a shared responsibility, and today's overwhelming community participation is evidence of the success we can achieve together. No, if it was under any type of circumstance, it wouldn't be what it is right now. It's because gas is so high, people can't afford it, so they're turning to everything to try to fill up their gas tanks. I mean, people have to get to and from work. But the event took in 134 firearms as over 100 people exchanged guns for gas money. Participants were required to bring the guns to a city police precinct, unloaded and in the trunk of their car to collect. They did not have to give their names. Wow. Officials said they took in at least one AR-15 style rifle component for homemade ghost guns and several illegally altered firearms. The department's Facebook page said members of the public who showed up to swap guns for gas cards often said they were unfamiliar with firearms, did not know if their guns were legal, or were unable to safely store them as the main reasons for participating in the exchange. One reason they apparently did not cite was the the high price of gas, and of course they're not going to talk about that. Analysis are warning that the nationwide gas price could skyrocket from the current 4.58 average per gallon to more than $6 a gallon by the end of the summer. That's just crazy. In some parts of California, a gallon already costs $6. I can't imagine that. It's the highest ever in history. Gun buybacks have been used for years by local law enforcement to get firearms out of circulation. Proponents say they allow people to turn them in without fear of being charged with firearm violations. Critics, however, say that gun buyback really don't have any effect on crime. I've seen several studies that said these buyback programs does absolutely nothing, really. The National Institute of Justice declared them ineffective nearly a decade ago, saying they don't get enough guns off the streets. The ones that do get turned in were never likely to have been used in a crime, and it remains easy to obtain new guns. It explained that initial steps were needed to actually make an impact. Quote, it's good theater, but it is not helping deal with gangs and drug dealers and everyone else using the guns. Joseph Gialaclone, killing your name, sorry dude, but a retired NYPD sergeant and current professor at John Jay College told CNN in a recent interview, quote, these things are dog and pony shows. Look, $1 million to do all this stuff, it's not gonna help violence in Chicago or anywhere else one iota. It's feel good. It makes it look like politicians are gonna do something, but it means absolutely nothing. I agree. Gun back programs really don't do anything. Like they were saying, gang members aren't gonna pull up to a police station and be like, "Hey, police officer, here are my guns. I mean, no way. I've never heard of a gang member ever do that. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.